Hello everyone. Before we start today's video, if you could all do me a solid and lightly tap the like button, perhaps share the video about and leave a comment. If you are not subscribed, subscribe as well. It would greatly help this channel. Thank you very much. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It appears we have reached the end of 2022, so we must now commence our annual reviews of our dear favourite dainty girls, and we will start with Amberlynn Reid. So part of me is kinda wondering how relevant Amberlynn Reid will be by the time this video goes out on, I think, December the 2nd, considering how popular she once was, to how popular she is around the time that I was recording this. Things have started going downhill for her exponentially, to the point many believe Amberlynn Reid to be very boring. There are others who have distanced themselves from her, and for good reason. It is after all only a matter of time before the same happens to Foodie Beauty, hell even Nikocado, except that man somehow, he manages to keep on prospering. He's a very busy eater, and he's a hungry, hungry boy. So to start the year of 2022, Amberlynn Reid, in her very first video, did the following.
So I figured I would show you guys what I got for Christmas from my girlfriend, and then show you guys what I got for her for Christmas. I might actually show you what I got for her first.
Well, I'm certainly starting to understand why people were tuning out of your content. Has anyone even seen Wifey at this point? And I thought you two had broken up. Or was it Wipey? I can't remember.
So the first thing I got for my girlfriend is a gaming chair. Second thing I got her are these joggers. I got her an Adidas sweater. I got her a hat.
Are you just dating Becky 2.0? Or is this Destiny 3.0? If we go back any further, is this KC 5.0?
But she doesn't really wear like girly smells. So after doing tons of research, Valentino. There's also a girl version of this. She's also lost more weight, y'all. She's 13 pounds.
I was always led to believe the healthy weight for a Chihuahua was about 9 pounds at most. But congratulations, Twinkie Star, on your weight loss journey. May it be more successful than your masters.
Okay, so now I'm gonna show what she got from me. She is so thoughtful. Like, as you guys know, I have been highly obsessed with Legos. And there was this one Lego that I've been wanting for a while, but it was kind of sort of $400. And I couldn't really justify getting it currently because I am trying to save money. She got it for me. Oh my god, she's so heavy.
On a normal sized person, that's a full size piano. Now, crappy jokes aside, I have some advice for you. My sister built that very grand piano. There is a Bluetooth device that requires batteries, and that links to an app on your phone, which will then allow you to play it like an actual piano. Have fun with that. But as you can see, by the way, this is why she's no longer as interesting. Without a weight loss journey, people aren't really invested. Oh, and the fact she's hiding her girlfriend, when for years she has used her better half to milk for views and attention, usually because there was a lot of passive-aggressive, submissive dom stuff going on, and people found it fascinating, that and the enabling. So to skip ahead a little, Amberlynn Reid did something I never expected. Amberlynn Reid reached out to the enemy, and this is what happened.
Alright, you guys, so there is my painting. This took me...
But yams, all right, so do we see this? I'll just do it like this. I'll just have my voice over it. Hold up, let's just go. Okay, so you guys can see just fine, right? You guys can see well? So, as you all can see, Amber messaged me, right, on Wednesday evening. And she was like, hey, I just watched your newest video. And when you said lie to the girl in the toaster, I lost my shit. That was so funny. And I sat there and I was like, I'm happy you liked it. And I didn't put no emojis in. So I'm telling the truth. The girl in the toaster. So y'all remember when during the whole trying to figure out if Wifey was there on all stages, there was a shadow in the toaster. One of the little side channels caught it. Like I want to say like Dainty or something. Like one of the little like clip channels, they caught it and they were like memeing about it or whatever. And so I just used it as a joke, right? Because all we saw was the shadow. It could have literally been anything, but it did look like the shadow of like a girl. And we were just like, who is this, right? So then I replied that. And then she replied again yesterday. And this is when I started getting sus. Do you guys see my sus emojis? Like, look at this. this. She's like, I genuinely think you're funny. I gave her the side eye. And then she said, let's collab. And then that's when I gave her the extremely sus face. Okay, that's when I gave her the, okay, now I don't know who the hell she thinks she's talking to face, only because I don't really know which wig she thought that she was addressing on this evening. I know that she's not addressing this wig. That much I do know, okay? And so then I was like, Amber, is this you for real? Like, were you hacked? Because we all remember how Amber mentioned that I've made her feel so horrible. In fact, I actually do still have the clip where she refused to give me an apology for laughing at my fibroids and cyst diagnosis.
A few moments later.
While I also stay consistent, I also stand my ground, and I also hold my own really, really okay. And I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, it's my consistency and me being who I am and how I am that's gotten me this far. It's a lot to say, and there's a lot to be seen, honestly, to be real. With the fact that wait. I don't think that's her because there's no check by her name. That's not the real Amber, I don't think. Wait, that is the real Amber. Now it's a check by her name.
The rest of Callie's livestream involved more receipts and inviting Amberlynn on. Amberlynn did not turn up. Gonna insert this now. It doesn't matter who you have DMs with, please don't livestream them without the explicit permission of the person you're DMing with. Thank you.
Y'all, so yes, the title and the thumbnail are real, and girl, the only reason I am making this video I'm making this video for several reasons. I am sus. I am like, I know that some of you may or may not be aware of my history with Amber, even though I mention it all the time on my channel. Watch her block me on Instagram after all that. And if she do, I'm gonna make another video. What's with the change of heart? So I didn't want to give Amber the vibes that I was like, oh yeah. I don't know what the tea is. And I'm real sus. And girl, even as I check my DMs right now, Amber DM'd me again. She replied, she's like, I genuinely find you funny.
Now within the entire video, which I've obviously cropped down to the more interesting parts, sorry Callie, there was a point raised that perhaps Amber's motivations were because of her own diminishing view, something I mentioned right at the start of this month, and it is a point I think holds true now. As far as their interactions go for the rest of January, I do believe Callie gets called disgusting by Amberlynn, so there are more streams on Callie's channel, by all means go watch them. So perhaps we should move on to what else happened in January so that this segment is not as long as Foodie Beauties, because yes, that video's long.
Becky said you guys don't talk anymore for your mental health, which implies that you guys are bad for each other regarding that thoughts. I don't know what that means because Becky and I do talk, so there is some confusion there.
If anyone's been watching Kinda Good, Kinda Beck, you'll understand the context for that. Becky, I believe, is distancing herself at time of recording this. So when people ask questions pertaining to Amber, it is better to distance oneself. Gonna insert this also. Thank you to the intrepid user who very kindly put timestamps on this video. Many people raised many questions concerning, for example, why do you take so much time for your mental health but not so much for your physical health? Or referencing that while you don't talk, Becky took you to the ER. And my personal favourite, the last one. How much binging did you do to gain back all the weight you recently lost? That may well have been the very moment Rich Lux decided to stop being your friend. Hi Rich, love you babe.
How much binging did you do to gain back all the weight you recently lost? So I was down a good like 83 pounds and I think I gained like 15. Oh my god, I gained 15 in like 2 weeks. You guys have to realize if I have one day of just like tons of sodium, the next day I could be up like 4 pounds.
Well, you know what the solution is then, don't you, Amber? Have you ever heard of restraint? I mean, I'm sure you have, but have you ever used restraint for a period longer than 2 days or until you have a solid bowel movement? And by solid, I don't mean consistency. I mean you just being sat there for long enough to do some random online shopping for knickknacks.
Okay, so we're gonna get straight to the point. Today was day 2 of weighing in out of 100 days, so I'll put that right here. That means I'm down like 0.4 from yesterday. Yesterday I did order like takeout and stuff. It was Saturday. Today's Sunday. I told myself starting Monday, we're gonna do the thing with the calorie counting and all that.
As correctly pointed out by another user in the comments section to that video called Weight Loss Update and Best Coffee Ever Vlog, you were 529 3 years ago, yet somehow you think 501, which is what you were after this video, is somehow progress. 3 years and 28 pounds. She also brought back, as you noticed, calorie counting, and obviously daily weigh-ins for 100 days. Both of those have already been dropped. I wonder why. Did you binge again?
Okay, so we're back at it again with the mukbangs. Don't be upset. I know a lot of people are going to say I'm like trolling.
I think you are trolling. You brought mukbangs back. This was granted before all the other stuff we'd covered, but I do want to reference it now. You brought back something that was arguably what made your channel. People watched because they were watching you stuff your face with what you considered healthy. Now granted, what is in front of you is in fact healthy, which is where the troll is, because it's healthy food, right? But as everyone knows, you eat most of your stuff off camera. For years people have been saying, why don't you record your binges? And if you're interested in turning your channel's fortunes around, I'm certain it is certainly an option on the table. Unless of course you want to post that exclusively onto OnlyFooper. For the remainder of January there were bait pictures with ALR and Destiny together, because Destiny I believe had gone through a breakup. And the fact that ALR had put out a statement concerning Apathetic Fox, and the claims that ALR may well have copyright claimed Apathetic Fox's content and channel. Small thing, I watched a lot of Apathetic Fox's content. Quite a bit of it was not transformative in the slightest, and that is where the copyright issues reside. Whether ALR did or did not flag becomes irrelevant if you've breached TOS. Either you transform the content so it's something original, or you risk the wrath of the YouTube gods. On that note, with this thumbnail in mind, I knew I recognized you from somewhere. So right at the start I mentioned a suspicion that ALR and Wifey Wipey were not together. This seems to have been compounded at the end of the month, because people started to notice content that looks to be months old. Up to 5 months old in fact, that was being posted in January as if it was new, which led to the suspicion that not only has she pre-recorded a vast amount of content, but that she is also lying about the status of Wipey Wifey.
If you got diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, would you keep it to yourself, unlike most of your other diagnoses? Are you going to address the fact that you stated the date was September 19th in your weigh-in? So, thank you for this question. I did say September 19th, which I don't know how that happened, because it's most definitely January. If you guys go back and look, like if you guys want to be like your little investigators, because I know how you guys are, instead of just like going off of a conspiracy, I literally had a hickey. I have had a hickey for a little bit of time now. I have been saying the dates in each video, and it's really funny that I can sit here and say January, but I accidentally slip up and say September, and you guys are like, yep. Oh, and the same person who asked that question said, the fact that those weigh-ins were in September means you moved in with your girlfriend whilst Becky was still dealing with heartbreak and struggling to get on her feet. No!
What a classy response. The thing is, that slip up was a tad odd, and you didn't really debunk it other than to say, it was just a slip, we all do it. It's quite an odd slip. The only other thing that happened in January, so yes, we're at the end of it, you're all welcome, is that Amber is self-diagnosing again. WebMD and her are after all symbiotic and very close friends, like Tom and everyone else on MySpace. For February 2022, Amberlynn Reid started by posting some pictures to her community tab. These pictures showed her progress, with Amberlynn Reid saying 7 months ago versus now, same camera, same angle, same face expressions, same hair. Literally the difference makes me so happy. This is part of her typical yearly yo-yo diet, where she goes up after losing 80 pounds, then goes back down 80 pounds, then goes up 80 pounds. In the pictures, yes, she has lost weight. What people want to see is her lose the weight and keep it off, and continue to make the progress and at least get back to where she was when she started. In this picture, you see a vast difference. In the top picture, I'm not entirely sure how she hasn't fallen forward. I don't mean that as a dig, but it looks like her back is straining, whereas in the bottom one, I thought her bottom resembled a parallelogram. These are the only crass jokes I'm going to make, and I've been holding on to them for a long time. She also decided to take up a position in solidarity with Foodie Beauty, a fellow peer of hers, highly respected dietitian, by appearing and commenting in the live stream for Nada El Shami, but I believe she was banned because she got a little bit critical, controversial even. Wow, if that's all it takes, I say we all just go over there and say, hello, we're problematic, can you do us a solid? What a snowflake.
But this is brief for now.
It was also during the month of February that many theories about you being bedbound and what Becky did for you were confirmed in a video titled My Deepest, Darkest Secret, brackets, not clickbait, close brackets, let's talk episode 10, where you said the following.
So now that we're here, I shower every single day. I honestly love showering. So being able to do that with literally no issue, like I'm able to clean my body with no issue. I'm able to stand with no issue. Like I'm just like a normal person in the shower, besides like I'm fat and all. But I know people think that like I don't shower like a normal person, but I promise you, I literally do. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because in 2018, pretty sure the only people who know this is two people, my ex and my current girlfriend. I couldn't shower. I bathed in bed. Becky and I promised not to talk about each other, but like she was there for me through it all. And it's like so grateful that she loved me unconditionally like that, because you guys, I hated myself so much.
I can promise you your housemates knew. That is all I'm going to say on this matter. You have merely confirmed a theory many of us had. I myself mentioned it in the third content constable on you. While Amberlynn might well be proud for how far she has not come so far that she cannot slip. Here is proof of it, where she ate 5,000 calories. This one led to a rather interesting consequence, in the form of a former friend, Rich Lux. Underneath the 5,000 calorie video, Rich Lux commented, she gave up on herself, and guess what? I said 3 years of following her, I gave up on her too. I am tired, I am over it, good luck. He also made a 28-minute, 31-second video discussing his reasons for walking away. I decided rather than play the video though, I would reach out to him, first of all to get permission to use his video in this if I wanted to, which he has granted, but also to get a statement so I didn't have to play so much of his video, thank you Rich though for letting me, where he said, it's hard to support and watch someone when they don't even support themselves. I used to root her, but it's clear she gave up. And after all that, I still stuck around and watched. With time, I gave up too, and now just pray for her to get better. So next on the list would be Snapchat, as Amberlynn is well known for using it to do Q&A, AMAs, whatever you want to call it, where she will answer some of your questions if they're not too hurtful. The more notable of which concerned a ring size. A contentious and quite frankly boring argument that Amberlynn may well have been misleading everyone about the size of her ring finger. She even made a big deal about it during a video called New Diet Plan, Huge Surprise and Hot Topic Haul.
My weigh-in for today. So from yesterday, I am up 0.2. So I'm kind of sort of flirting with the idea of starting Noom. Hey guys, so it's February 15th. Here's my weigh-in for today. I did binge last night. I woke up feeling super sick. Today is actually day 1 of me starting Noom. Next day, here is my weigh-in. So it's really weird because I did Noom yesterday. It was my first day. I was super excited to weigh myself. The fact that I stayed the same is super confusing because I stayed below calories. Like, I'm pretty sure it's because I was in the car yesterday for over 5 hours and I get super swollen in the car, which then makes me retain water. Y'all, I bought a freaking ring measuring kit on Amazon because people were like, Amberlynn, your ring finger is so fat. Let's do like a 10 moment. This is what everyone thinks I am. So it does sit, like it doesn't fall off.
The lengths some go to just to prove one tiny pointless detail wrong. How gauche. Amberlynn also has been caught up in a bit of a storm concerning whether current wifey is Mark 1 wifey or Mark 2. I believe Karina Kaboom had debunked a fair amount of that, with it being believed that there is a second wifey. Wifey, doesn't matter. It was also during the month of March that Amberlynn had crept back over the £500 mark. Again, this was confirmed during another AMA on Snapchat. How do you feel about being in the 500s again, Amberlynn? Not surprised. My lymphedema is super swollen from the long car drive to my friends this weekend. Current weight, 500.6. How are you and your girlfriend? How long has it been since you've been dating? Blah blah blah. Destiny said she cheats on you with Dana today on Snapchat. Why do you still love her? I don't love her. Girl, you don't know what the definition of a pillow princess is. It's obvious you're trying to act all dainty and cute, but it is not it. As you can see, it gets a bit off track and is not saved when someone says that you cannot reach your vulva, as it is very healthy to masturbate. No doubt influenced by the fact that her views aren't exactly doing as well as they used to, Amberlynn Reid started to bring back mukbangs. If you don't know what that is, eating lots of food. In the case of Amberlynn Reid, what she invariably does is try to make some of her meals look like they are healthy. One of my longtime friends, Little Miss Anonymous, very kindly pointed out during this particular mukbang that particular salad is from Eat Smart and it is sweet kale, but it is not healthy when you look at the nutritional content on the back. The bag is 3.5 servings. Per serving, you get 20% of your recommended daily intake of sugar, meaning by the time you've finished that bag, you've eaten 70%. That is not a healthy salad by any stretch of the imagination because they are not good sugars. They are added sugars. Let's ignore the fact that you put sauces all over the top as well because you have to have your condiments. And this is not a healthy dish at all. Trying to imply you're back on one of the many diets you rotate through your 4-stage cycle is not helped once anyone, which is basically everyone on the internet anyway, notices what you're actually eating. You might use these mukbangs as a philosophical point, but everyone else is hyper-focused on the fact that you are not eating a healthy meal. And we know damn well that you will go off and binge, and then start your cycle again on Monday to rinse repeat the following Monday. As a final thing concerning February 2022, there is some confusion for me when I was researching this concerning wifey. Not just whether or not she's 1 or 2, but also the fact that Becky had let slip what ALR's girlfriend's name was, which I'm not going to mention. There is also an alleged accidental dox, courtesy of Amberlynn Reid on wifey. We will of course get to that when we get to March momentarily. Amber doesn't help this though, because at one point she said that the name that was revealed by Becky is not her girlfriend's name, because apparently they'd broken up. But then others say that the current wifey is the original wifey that they are calling by that name, with Amber then confirming that her current wifey's name is not that name at all, but somebody called Alex. As that name does not match up to the other name that we all believed her current wifey was called, this is why people believe there are 2 separate wifeys. It really doesn't help me, especially because I don't pay enough attention to keep up with what is going on. That is my fault. So on to March 2022 for our dear dainty pillow princess girl. To start off the month of March, we're going to go to a video premiered on the 7th of March 2022, so yes, we're skipping 6 days, but quite frankly there was nothing of interest happening then, where Amberlynn Reid uploaded a video called I Did Not Lie. The problem with this 20-minute video is, she's debunking whether or not she had a health scare a couple of years ago, a very serious health scare, which the majority of the comments agree was pointless, because not many actually believed she faked it. And that was the crux of the misunderstanding on her part. Many people did not believe she lied, they believed she didn't care enough about the aftercare or to use this as a turnaround. It was a really big point I made at the end of 2020. She really didn't learn her lesson and went back into old habits and has continued to do so for years. It is tragic when you think about it. Lessons have not been learned, so all of this emotional bleh that is being presented along with evidence of the bleh is pointless because that's not what people are more concerned about. You have pandered to a vocal minority in favor of simply doing what the vocal majority would rather you did, and that is simply look after yourself, Amber. This is not difficult. It was also during the month of March that Amberlynn Reid started uploading cameos or performing these things for that site, where she can do a little non-promotional business thing license shoutouts that were at best ill thought out, really embarrassing, and all about herself in every aspect. And I'm going to play one of them because I don't care enough.
Hello, Shani. I hope that I am pronouncing your name right. If I'm not, I'm very, very sorry. I'm gonna feel so bad about it. But you know what? I have days where I am just not productive at all. Then there are days where I know I need to be productive. So if you ever have a day where you're like, I need to be more productive in my life, there's things I need to do, just do them. But like sometimes if I just go on autopilot and I'm just like, okay, I know I have to do the dishes, or I know I have to pay those bills, or I know I have to go for a walk. Like I'll just autopilot. Like I'll just go through the motions and just do it. And what really, really helps is putting on some music. Like turn on some music, some songs that you really like. Even reward yourself if you have to, because I know I do. So maybe like if you do something that you've been prolonging, have a nice hot bath.
And yes, I did cut out tongue clicking, breathing, and parts that were quite frankly boring. Not to say that was any way interesting. There was one actually that's much better, but I thought I'd let you suffer for a minute. You're welcome. Credits where it is due for Amberlynn Reid. She has in fact been honouring her cameo appearances, many of which have since been uploaded to YouTube. And in some of those instances, she did in fact get the name pronounced correct. On the 10th of March, Amberlynn Reid decided to show us her comedic genius in the form of a parody response to a fake Alexlbnz phone call. I would play it from start to finish, but I think you've suffered enough for 1 year. Needless to say, it is actually surprisingly well done. It reminds me of the old days of collaborations. I can't wait for more. Okay, you're going to see a bit of it.
Talk about... Hello?
Hey, it's Amberlynn.
Amberlynn?
So next, the discussion concerning Amber's ring size cropped up yet again in a video concerning spam. It was around this time I reached out to another creator because I wanted to know a bit more about some rings that she and Becky had. Becky still was in possession of them, but it turns out while Amber was going to sell them for a little bit of money for some outpatient thing that she got a high off when we all know the cycle has begun again, the rings were worthless. So what she was asking for them really wasn't worth it. Which I guess means we can then have a little look at Amberlynn's first outpatient appointment and weight loss update video.
So today is the first appointment for my outpatient eating disorder appointment with the psychologist. I am extremely nervous. I'm scared. Like the assessment was so long. It took hours, like the paperwork. Okay, you guys, so I had my appointment. I am literally emotionally exhausted. That was a lot. And like beforehand, my psychologist was like, I need to warn you, this is going to be a lot. So afterwards, do something to treat yourself kind. So what I'm going to do is I'm sitting on my couch and I'm comfy. And I think I'm going to watch some 90 Day Fiancé or maybe some 600 Pound Life because I'm behind on that. Oh, there's so much information. I almost wish I could have taken you guys to the appointment with me, if you know what I'm saying. I understand myself more than ever.
Based on a track record of what Amberlynn Reid has done in the past when she started things, gone to appointments, felt invigorated, this is cliche 4 stages of Amberlynn Reid's diet cycle. This I believe is stage 1, is it not? I guess we'll have to wait and see to see if she actually managed to make any progress with this kind of support. Now moving forward, apparently Ring Gate, because I guess it was dubbed thusly, this is how interesting Amberlynn Reid is, had continued throughout the month, with Amberlynn Reid showing this ring during a torrid haul. There's a ring size on that. That's interesting. She had claimed her ring size was a little bit smaller. Does she fluctuate? Do ring sizes differ in different countries perhaps? How is this interesting? Karina Kaboom had done a video dispelling the rumours concerning Ring Gate and what the ring size actually is. Unfortunately, she deletes her videos on a semi-regular basis, But it's okay, I've got a backup. Not that it matters, the other lie that Amberlynn Reid had told during this month up to this point concerned Becky, and Karina also addressed that. That being who purchased the rings. Short answer, Becky did, and used commissions for artwork to do so. Amberlynn Reid herself confirmed that. So this Instagram post here is a lie. It was around mid-March that Amberlynn Reid finally started bringing back on a more regular basis the mukbang, even after having said multiple times that they were to her triggering, causing her to binge more. While the views are always good on them, which they are, let's admit it, she rose to fame because of them. They were causing her problems with her health, although based on the fact that she's done very few over the years since she said she wasn't going to do them but still did them anyway and still continued to climb up, go down, climb up, climb down, I have no idea what to believe. To start this off, she did one on pot stickers, along with explaining what her psychologist thought of her doing mukbangs. And this is what the psychologist allegedly said.
My psychologist supports me filming mukbangs that are obviously me not binging.
Don't worry though, these ludicrous positions are sure to not hold up for much longer. Oh wait, but Amberlynn Reid had a phone call with the FBI. I wonder how that went.
Story time. Last October or November, I was simply just skimming through the comment section of my YouTube, but there was one that I remember reading that kind of like was like, they know where I live, they're gonna off me. And I remember reading it. I actually took a screenshot of it. This is the only time I've ever done this, like actually been kind of like scared of a comment. Well, as I'm taking screenshots and stuff, I guess some of you, so I want to say thank you, found that comment and was scared by it as well. Dun da da. I don't know why the FBI didn't know I lived here. Immediately, he said, "You are not in trouble." Turns out, y'all, the FBI is actually on my side.
Now, Amberlynn Reid got a lot of, let's call it, parody-related criticism for this. Understandably so, because in that video where I've chopped a considerable amount of rubbish out, there is more, honestly, but you need to speed it up because there's a lot of dead air and chewing. She makes it seem like the FBI are padding her buttocks. And because people call into question the legitimacy of that calling card, she provides proof. Here is the proof. Amberlynn Reid put out a poll on Instagram, asking people whether they would be interested in purchasing stickers that she had collected for 5 years. 84% said no. Later on in the month, Amberlynn Reid quit Instagram, changing the Rarity Cat Instagram account to Goodbye Rarity Cat. And the reason why is because of this post here. This has happened on multiple occasions. People fake being me by faking Instagram accounts with almost my identical username. They send very disgusting messages to people. I will no longer be using my Instagram, it is unsafe. I don't want people thinking I'm actually out here doing this. My life is being ruined, people are disgusting, ta-ta for now. As a final thing for the month of March, Amberlynn Reid ends it strong with all these mukbangs, and with the knowledge that all of her lies come tumbling down. One, with her saying she bought the engagement rings to continue saying them that she did. The perpetual lies continuing well after this about the engagement ring size, her ring size, blah blah blah, any ring really. But also that the FBI thing happened in October, but from her own community post, if it did happen, it happened in February, along with being irritated that people keep on bringing up a video from August the 5th, 2016, proving that she has lied before, titled Confessing Everything I've Lied About. That cycle, I do wonder how it holds up in April. Shall we find out? Please don't feel the need to answer this, but have you recently been to the doctors for a full checkup? Not just the outpatient tests, because you've been looking a lot more ill recently, like crazily so. I want you to recover from your ED, lose the weight and just be your best self, but you've been looking how you did right before you found out you had cancer and it is worrying. Reply, hey, truly, thank you for reaching out. I can see what you mean, as the lighting in the room I film in is pretty bad, which is making my already unhealthy face, quotations, look horribly ill. But don't worry, I do have a doctor's appointment scheduled. I am honestly so excited to go and get a full checkup, because it has been a while since I got one. I did get a test done to check for surface level stuff from my psychologist, but not a real in-depth checkup, which I need. I am also going to make an appointment with my oncologist. Later on in the month, Amberlynn Reid gets a bit wasted, white girl wasted, on fake whiskey. Even in this image you can see some darkening around her fingers and her eyes. Because she has been compromised by alcohol levels, you can safely say it is not the lighting, because the rings around her eyes are also darker. But of course this is a small point. I'm sure the redness is what's doing it. Because Amberlynn Reid's channel has been suffering of late with views diminishing considerably, she has continued with her mukbanging and started the month with a KFC mukbang, with a KFC chicken pot pie, which I did a little digging, contained 720 calories and 125% of your daily recommended trans fats, and 73% of your daily recommended sodium. So if she put on any weight afterwards, no doubt she would blame it on her sodium levels and that water weight. While I had been led to believe that Amberlynn Reid had quit Instagram as a whole, turns out when I started it with Narcissistic Goddess, she continued to use that profile, which would include this picture of her with either Alex or Jade, unless they're the same person and those times are completely skewed and no one knows what they're talking about because you're all haters. I honestly can't tell, but I guess this may well explain why the comments are turned off. Amberlynn Reid, because of her diminishing views on YouTube, which means diminishing income, which means less Cheesecake Factory, decided now would be a good time to create dainty merch, because she is a dainty princess, and princesses need to be worshipped in the form of Teespring merch. This would include the rip-roaring, critically acclaimed Pillow Mountain design, the fashion catwalk-worthy merch moment, which includes a wraparound t-shirt or sweater. I can't tell the difference, it's all white. The thing that stuck out to me was when I went and had a look at the prices of this, she's just charged the recommended price, which the profit margin for is considerable. And this is where the issue lies. If you were being cheeky and you simply had just that writing, you'd lower the prices a bit so it would be a bit more reasonable. An actual design that you claim to put effort into would yield a somewhat better return. This is hardly Photoshop. That font looks like one of the many fonts you can use on Teespring's own app to design it yourself. The word lazy seems apt. If anyone did buy this, well done. Sure, we after all here have to support our goal. Because of the feedback Amberlynn Reid got because of this, and of course the continued feedback she gets about Jade and or Alex and or the same person, Amber got, as I earlier mentioned, White Girl Wasted in a livestream that has done exceptionally well on her channel considering other views. Yes, this is actually her, well, it was her regular territory in viewership. During that stream we learnt that, well, quite frankly, Amber put a lot of effort into it, and you need to support her. Also, while Amberlynn Reid claims her girlfriend gives her hard talks and makes it so she can stay strong and firm and not lose her way on her diet, she bought her a bowl of rice. Okay. In another attempt to try and get more people involved and engaged with her content, Amberlynn Reid on the community tab put out a poll. What is the vlog length that you prefer? She got ratioed with 573 comments to 293 upvotes. She also put out a poll saying, "Hi everyone, I really want to try vlogging more, but I was wondering how often you think I should upload. Every other day, daily, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday." Obviously in this instance you can see the result. No, that wasn't my vote. That was someone else doing it for me. The result of the vlog though, the length of it, was 20 plus minutes, with 62%. Add that to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Amberlynn Reid would have to make an hour's worth of content at the very minimum to give the people what they want. And the reason the people have asked for that is because if she does 20 minutes worth of content, she'll have to leave the house. Perhaps go to Target, Walmart, Cheesecake Factory, which because of the current state of Amberlynn Reid isn't something she can do anymore. She doesn't have Becky to bounce off or Destiny to bounce off, so we don't have Alex Jade yet. It's interesting to me with this, with these polls, because Amberlynn Reid then also started making other content, saying she would show us a whole new side of her. In a 6-minute video where she ate a clear lie of a breakfast, she showed us a hole that we had never looked into before, her ears, along with telling us how liberating it is in a separate video to sing in the shower, put on a concert. We don't get to hear it, but she put on a concert nonetheless. I'm sure it totally wasn't miming or feigned singing. But the interesting part really is, while asking everyone what they want, she puts out a 6-minute and a 5-minute video. If someone's getting lazy, that is the evidence for it. The last thing of note to happen to Amberlynn Reid during the month of April is another example of Amberlynn Reid's ignorance. Again trying to cash in some way to raise the funds to maintain that profit margin. Amberlynn Reid put out a video where she didn't originally disclose that she had an Amazon affiliates link in her description while promoting Amazon products and a site.
You guys, it is time for our Amazon box of the day. And this is the box that my girlfriend ordered. So let's do it. Ooh, oh yeah, she's been wanting a tea kettle. Oh my God, it's so cute. She likes tea. I don't. Oh, shut up. So aesthetic. You guys. Oh, and by the way, you can click my little Amazon situation type deal. There's a link down below. If you see anything that I open from Amazon, I will try to remember to put it in the store so you can click it and get it yourself. Look at this.
It's like Amberlynn Reid has become one of those advertisement sales type people on that TV channel whose name that I've completely forgotten. Because of the backlash, Amberlynn Reid did eventually have to update the video description to include references to the fact that this is, well, yeah, no, she is an Amazon affiliate and she should have done it in the first place. I swear at this point, Amberlynn Reid has just become one big promotion of things that don't really sell because the majority of her audience are haters. But I could be wrong. I mean, she does have her own home, right? That counts. For the month of May, Amberlynn Reid made around 17 videos. Those videos get about half of the views she usually got back when she was with Becky and all previous partners, when she was a much more frequent uploader to YouTube. This is important because things are getting worse. Now I know things are a bit dry for content creators at this point of the year anyway, but this by her standard is catastrophic. Now granted, she is not as interesting as Foodie Beauty by any stretch of the imagination because no one is. Too many things happening at once is not an Amberlynn Reid thing. Amberlynn Reid used to put up very long videos. By the standard of now, she's phoning it in, and we'll certainly go into that later on with her reacting to hate comments, which is her reacting to hate comments. So even after putting out a poll where many suggested she do daily videos over 20 minutes long, Amberlynn Reid started the month with a video titled Meal Planning for Weight Loss Vlog at 6 minutes and 8 seconds long. And this is the only thing I took away from it.
I'm not really an oatmeal person, but we're gonna give it a go. My girlfriend cooked me breakfast. 3 days no takeout, and then I'm gonna allow myself to have like a healthy takeout meal on the 4th day. Let's do a little oatmeal taste test. Do you remember what brand this is? Oh, thanks, baby. Okay, let me try a little taste. She's going to get me the box. She's so sweet. Better Oats is the brand. Oh, wait, it's actually really good.
The two main takeaway points from that are Amberlynn Reid still thinks there's such a thing as a healthy takeout considering what she's done in the past, and 2, she doesn't like oats, but because her girlfriend made them for her, she likes them. She's still in the honeymoon phase if you haven't noticed. While Amberlynn Reid does do breakfast eating in nearly every single video for this month, she does not do a single dedicated mukbang, which is a bit of a surprise. So next on the list of videos, can Amberlynn Reid walk a mile at the weight of 500 pounds?
So it's a 100-day goal journal. You guys always know I'm trying to like lose this much weight in 100 days. No, we're doing a movement goal, a walking goal. In 100 days, I want to walk 100 miles. No. In 100 days, my goal is to be able to walk a mile. Okay, you guys, so I am going for my walk. I kind of just want to see like a baseline of what do I feel comfortable walking. Okay, update. I've gotten 0.2 and I've been walking for 6 minutes. Next update. But update, I did 2,000 steps. I walked for 21 minutes and I went half of a mile.
The reason Amberlynn Reid didn't go further is because she doesn't like putting in the hard effort to actually see where her real baseline is, something she actually admits, because why put effort in and make yourself miserable? Because as everyone knows, working out in any way is highly enjoyable. We also in that same video got to see Amberlynn Reid cook her breakfast and show us off her hoarding scratcher crap art tat. She considers them as some form of therapy, which we'll get to some other forms of therapy later, because Amberlynn Reid knows best. Many of you will remember earlier in the year Amberlynn Reid had sought out help for her binge eating disorder. Attending therapy was a key part. Many of us had wondered which version of Amberlynn Reid would quit. Would it be the version that simply believed she was better? Simply gave up because it was too hard for her? Or perhaps she couldn't afford it anymore? In a video titled, Girlfriend Rates My New Outfit and Outpatient Update, we get the updates that many of us expected. And I can promise you this, everyone expected it fully, because there isn't a single version of Amberlynn Reid that exists in any part of the multiverse that is any different from this version.
So now I'm gonna try it on. Okay, so here it is on, and I'm actually shocked. It fits pretty well. I mean, with a little bit of weight loss, like these 3 pounds.
Shake your face. Watch yourself.
Babe, get a life.
Never.
So I promised in my last vlog that I would talk about outpatient and give you guys an update on that, but I totally forgot, slipped my mind. So we're gonna do it in this video. So I know that my decisions and the way that I live my life reflects on the way that you guys treat me. It is something I have very much noticed. So I'm expecting a lot of backlash, a lot of hate, a lot of people being disappointed in me. So I have officially taken a pause on outpatient. I noticed that the program that I was doing, they're very much health at every size, which I completely disagree with. I don't believe in that at all. I do believe beauty at every size, so don't get me wrong, but I don't believe in health at every size at all. And my health problems because of it, and me wanting to just save my life, I felt guilty talking about those things, almost like I wasn't supposed to. It was like I was walking on eggshells. So currently in my life, I am actively losing weight, trying to lose weight. There will be a weigh-in, so don't worry, you guys do not have to worry about that. I'm actually very proud of myself. I'm feeling amazing.
So one in a handful of videos that Amberlynn Reid made that went over 10 minutes, she finally discussed the fact that she walked away from outpatient because she knew what was best for her. If we can all just stop rolling our eyes for a moment and focus on the really important issue here. Amberlynn Reid knows what's best for her, everyone, and she's on a weight loss journey and succeeding by having the exact same breakfast over and over again and having binges during the month, which she confessed to, that undermine everything, and she's still holding on to vast amounts of water weight. But now I think would be a good time to talk about how she phoned it in a couple times. More notably, with a reaction to a reaction to a reaction. Top tier, top shelf content, by the way.
Okay, first things I want to say is, wow, the difference in the way that I look is astronomical. And you can just tell how unhappy I am. You look like you're decomposing. Oh, me trying to be cute and quirky when I remember I put all of the comments in like black and gray. I don't know why I did that. Like I was trying to experiment more with my editing, but okay. Thanks. This is just 14 minutes of Amberlynn finding out what lighting is. I mean, I am dumb, so. What am I watching?
Somebody who, while bedbound at the time, put vastly more effort into that one video than you have for the rest of your channel for many, many years. When I said you were phoning it in, this was just you stroking your own ego, or having your girlfriend stroke it for you. You know, just in case you can't reach it. The only other thing of note that happened during this month came courtesy of young, dumb Honeybun, who put out a video basically calling Amber out for her lies. Now, Karina Kaboom did do a video on this. It has since been deleted, talking about, yeah, you got busted, Amber. Amber was asked on her narcissistic goddess Instagram account, and she mentioned she was working on a video to put out debunking this. Now, because Amberlynn Reid uploads 2 weeks behind, I guess, she pre-records 2 weeks worth of content, essentially. We didn't get to see it till much later. She didn't debunk shit. During that remarkably long video, which I'm not going to play because it's over an hour long and finding the best bits is utterly worthless, all Amberlynn Reid does is over-explain how she knows best. Also further proving the point that she is the pinnacle of confirmation bias, because she will look and she will find people that will solely exist to agree with what she thinks a weight loss journey entails. The levels of delusion are usually treated with therapy and medication. The problem is, as Amberlyn's coffer is getting a little bit lighter, along with her delusions getting heavier, she is unlikely to seek out help unless that help reinforces what she believes. Because again, Amberlynn Reid knows best. As we now enter the halfway mark for 2022, you're undoubtedly going to have noticed these segments are not exactly all that long. And that's because, much like Amberlynn Reid's videos, she's not putting out much, she's not giving away much, but when she does give away something, it's just the same recycled, tired old excuses over and over again. And don't worry everyone, we're going to get plenty of them in June as well. You're going to get some trolling clothes, some equally trolly meals, and her yo-yoing between £80. By the way, if anyone else, any let's call them regular person, yo-yoed £80 in weight, I promise you, they're not healthy. Nor is it healthy, nor is it anyway an indicator you're on the right track. It's an indicator that you're still bouncing like an elastic band ball that can neither wash nor wipe itself. But we can see your choker at least. So to begin the month of June 2022, Amberlynn Reid did the following.
But it's been a time that I love. I personally love the rain. So does my girlfriend. So we're both pluviophiles. So you guys have been wanting to see me in this outfit, and I've been forgetting to show you guys. So here it is today. If you guys remember when I hauled, we're gonna be going to like a homeless shelter because we have a ton of snacks we want to give. So yeah, I'm keeping the same freaking psychologist. I literally love her so much because like I don't know how to explain it. Like she gets me like.
That outfit is 100% a troll. During the same video, we learn a new word, pluviophile, because we all knew Amberlynn Reid was scared of rain. Now she's fine with it, which is still further proof of Amberlynn's very much honeymoon phase with her relationship with Wifey, Wipey, Washi, Jade. Was it Alex? Is she dating irate Alex? And finally, Amberlynn Reid keeping the same psychologist, because they mother baby her to the point where she is just like, oh, please, give me more, make me feel better. It's certainly quite the spectacle to hear about from Amberlynn Reid's own mouth.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So in this video, it's gonna be like a weigh-in, a weight loss talk. I'm gonna tell you guys my weight and just talk to you a bit about what I've been doing. So I think it's important that we start with why I haven't made a weigh-in video. So my main reason was I wanted to reach a certain weight before coming on here because...
Allow me to finish the sentence for you because you're going to prattle on as if you're proud about something you really shouldn't be. It's that 80 plus pound drop that she makes every year. It's the goal, girls.
Like there has been plenty of times in the past where me and my friends will eat the exact same thing, but yet I'll gain weight and they won't. And when I tell you literally the exact same thing.
That is because your body is used to that kind of food. Therefore, it will take every ounce of nourishment, which isn't really nourishment, from the food that it believes will help it. You're eating cheesecake. It can be the exact same portion, it won't matter. Your body is used to that, therefore it will bounce back very quickly. You have to commit. You have to truly commit, Amber. And you don't commit. You've never committed.
Binge, whether it's a little binge or a huge binge, there is a mental block where it's like an out-of-body experience. I literally feel like I'm looking at myself do it. I can't control it. It's like a possession. Anyone who binge eats totally understands.
As you can see, we learnt an awful lot about Amberlynn during that one video. It was during the month of June we also got a 500-pound shower routine video. Not clickbait, everyone. During this video, Amberlynn actually got into her shower and made it seem like she was having a shower. I don't believe that for a second and think perhaps she leaned a bit far back, but I could be wrong. It wasn't until I was doing a research stream that somebody had very reliably informed me in the chat that Amber was doing this as a bit of a 600-pound live thing, where people who appear on this show are actually paid a lot of money to do showers for the show, to show how difficult it is for them to navigate cleanliness, and hygiene. My view on it is Amber has managed to trivialize something that shouldn't even be a thought, because she's running out of content ideas and realizes there's a fetish for this, and there are definitely views in it. Which we know is the case because this video on its own has more views than most of the videos she put out in the month of June.
My other eye is now bothering me. You know, it's just like an allergic reaction moment that is just ongoing.
Yes, most eyeballs are in fact allergic to poop on their finger.
My new Capricorn necklaces. Do we have any other Capricorns out there? Oh my god, why does that keep flipping?
Disavow.
I got makeup in my eye yesterday, so it's like double whammy, so I love that for me.
You don't by chance apply your makeup to your face with the tip of your finger, do you? When that tip of your finger perhaps has been somewhere where it shouldn't be on its own. Amberlynn Reid then shows to us just how stupid she is when it comes to purchasing clothes. The kind where she'll buy it, wear it once or twice, have a moment, and then get rid of it. In this case, she was going to give a load of clothes away. Her hoard, as she dubbed it in a video. She then takes some of it back and decides, you know what actually looks good on me now? I can't part with this. Just like a hoarder would say that. She also then shows us some of her scratch art, and I want to talk about that for a moment. Because this just shows how lazy she is, and how, let's say, lacking in creativity she also is. Oh, and there's no way she read that book. The spine isn't even cracked. In every video Amberlynn Reid does at the moment, she has this scratch art. I don't consider it a form of art in the slightest. I think it's just her lazy way of showing that she can draw patterns, akin to that of a psychiatrist asking you what the image is. There is a belief that Amberlynn Reid, under the narcissistic goddess telonym thingy jiggy doodah, has been shading Becky. Examples of this would include, spill some tea about 3 people but don't let us know who the tea is about. Person 1, only worked for 1 week in their last year even though they're telling people they worked all the time. 2, recently stole from their friend so they could pawn off the item they stole. Person 3, not actually losing weight because they're trying but losing weight because they don't have much money to spend on food. I'm not saying if you guys know these people or not, just 3 random people I know. Now, as we all know, Amberlynn Reid's network is actually quite small, localized on the internet anyway. So we know exactly which one of these 3 she is referring to as Becky. Feels like shade, doesn't it? Yes. Interestingly, she does use telonym quite a lot. For example, when told she needs to stop eating takeout, she said this would make binge eating worse. That is true. It needs to be a reasonable amount of calories. 1200 is not enough. She, to get her weight loss in the right direction, accompanying that with a suitable amount of exercise that she cannot do, would require 2000 to 2500 realistically to start. Somebody inquired about Becky and said you were only sad about the breakup because you didn't want to be alone. Would you agree with that? Be honest. Amber said, I was sad because I thought I was losing my best friend and I was right. Well, you've got YP now. And finally, will we ever meet your girlfriend? With Amberlynn replying, not with the kind of people watching me, no. I have on research live streams multiple times said, Amberlynn and Foodie Beauty are responsible for the communities they create. They created this mess. They made this for themselves. With Amber though, the problem she has is her views are declining. With that decline, she doesn't have many options left unless her girlfriend starts to feature in the videos. Because she doesn't have many friends around her to, let's say, sponge off for views.